Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm flying the Dynam Piper J3 Cub. This is an EPP electric plane. It's got a 1400 wingspan. It uses a 3-cell 11.1 volt lithium polymer battery. The battery hatch is underneath here with a strong magnet. Okay, it's a 4-channel. I've had to make a few changes to this plane. I found that the stock motor that came with it was really underpowered, and I had a tip stall on one of the takeoffs because it didn't have enough guts to get me into the sky. So I had to do a couple of repairs on it, and I've had to put a bigger motor in it. What I've got in here is an 1100 kV motor out of a Watt 4, off a Ritmax Watt 4 foamy. So the foam Watt 4 motor in there, and that's just enough power for this. It's not too much and it's not too little, it's just about right. Okay, so I'll aim to get her in the sky. I've coated it in my usual polyurethane coating, which gives you a nice glossy finish, so you can wipe it clean and it protects the foam a little bit. I've got a video on how to do that and what to use. If you put in protect my RC plane, you'll find a video where I show you how to paint your plane and coat your foam with the polyurethane to make it last much longer. Right, okay, so it comes with the yellow battery connector. Okay, I think it's the XT60. Right, let's get some power on here. Throttle low. Okay, make sure it's the correct model, there's no accidents. J3 Piper Cub, 7 minutes flying time. Okay, it's a very strong hatch on there. I put a little bit of credit card there because obviously taking in and out this battery all the while, using that battery hatch, you're going to end up denting all your foam in here, and it's going to come all the way back to the magnet and be a mess, or the magnet will pop out. So put a bit of hard cardboard or a bit of credit card there, and then it'll last much longer. Okay, so I've got the receiver here. There's a slant at the back you can get it in. The stock servo seems to be okay. Battery you want to push down as far as you can. Now with this plane, because it had a very small motor in, underpowered motor, they'd put a load of lead weight in the front. Well, there was one piece of lead and a great big second-hand ball bearing that they'd obviously taken out of some old machinery or something to save money. So there was a load of weight added because it would have been tail heavy with that little motor in there. So I've taken that out, and by the time I put the Watt 4 motor in, that made the CEG back to where it should have been again, but the motor was well underpowered. Okay, so ailerons, seems to be plenty there. Elevator, rudder. Okay, so obviously it's got a bigger prop now. It's got the Watt 4 motor in, so I've got to watch for ground clearance. I altered the undercarriage because that was all weak. It had springs here and there wasn't even enough room on the end to get a collet. It was just a plastic lug, so I had to rebend those 90s or 45s rather. So I ended up with a bit more on the end to be able to get a collet on there, and I went for a slightly bigger tyre to get me a bit more ground clearance to make up for the bigger prop. So what have we got in there now? 11B7E, the Watt 4 style propeller. Okay, so there's no wind today at all, so I can literally take off where I want. So I'm not going to take off towards the sun. There's a bit of a breeze behind me, but it's nothing really. I'm not going to worry about it. So I just treat today as if there's no wind direction. Just try and get a bit of airspeed. Now, even with the bigger motor, this takes a bit of getting off the ground. So I didn't stand a chance with the first motor that was in there. Some people have had flight videos where they've had success, but they've had nice smooth tarmac to build up a high speed to actually get it off the ground. But over here it's rugged and you're going to try and get off the ground, you know, regardless. Okay, so I'll wait for that tailwind to drop. Okay, a bit of up to keep the tail down. Okay, I think the camera's running. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to take off, have a bit of a flight. There we go. It's off. See? That's full throttle with the Watt 4 motor, and it's just enough to get it off the ground on this rough surface. Not too much, not too little. There we go. But it flies nice what's in the sky. So this is the J3 Piper Cub by Dynam. I don't know if they still produce this anymore, but Hobby King produce a model very similar to it. I think it's called the Navy Cub. They do a military green one, and I think they do a blue or a yellow one, but it's very, very similar model to this, and that's the Hobby King Navy Cub. Because I think they did used to use the Piper Cubs or J3 Cubs during the tail end of the war and the Korean War, as a mapping and reconnaissance plane. So the US military did have some use of the Piper models of small lighter aircraft for basic duties such as mapping and ordnance and spotting in rescue cases, etc. So that's why they got the Navy Cub. I like the J3 Cub in yellow, the traditional yellow colour. It's lovely and bright as an RC plane, so you can see it in the sky. So this model's like, it's a scale model or semi-scale model, you know. It's got a pilot in and some realistic type of things, you know, like the sticker pack and the wing braces. The wing braces don't really do anything, I don't think, in reality, you know, from an engineering point of view. I think they are just a cosmetic item. As I said, the undercarriage was a little bit fancier before. It had some springs and a mock suspension system on it, the same as what the real J3 Cub's got. It's like some tough springs and rubber blocks they use as the landing gear, because these planes often sell in Alaska, tundra areas where it's rugged landings, where they have to do stalls, which stall is short takeoff and landing. So they want these things to literally leap off the ground on a short runway on a hillside or in a field in Alaska, and to land in a short area where, you know, they're reliant on aircraft to get supplies in, and, you know, actually to get home to some of the remote areas that they live. So yeah, they have a rugged suspension on them. Quite often, you know, oversized big balloon type tyres, you know, for landing on the rocky ground. It's got some of the braces on the tail, so it's got the supports on the tail section. It's got the tie rods and springs on the tail section, a bit like on the real Cub. It's got your glass cockpit. It's got a sticker pack that sort of replicates the original one, with the engine casing stickers and warning stickers that come with it. Right, now this plane is not an out-and-out sports plane. You know, it's just a calm, fine weather flyer, just to putter about, enjoy, have some fun. But I wouldn't like to start doing loops and barrels, and I just got a feeling I'd rip the wings off it. Something would snap. It's just to be enjoyed, just flying around calmly, or to use as a camera plane. Right, thanks for watching my video. I'm going to shut it down in a minute, the camera. So